Hey, welcome to worshiptutorials.com. My name is Brian. I'm joined today by Nick.
Hello.
Say hi to everybody, Nick.
Hi, everybody.
All right, we have a review of a pedal today by Will Sledge FX. We love Will Sledge FX, and this one is an analog delay pedal, like a truly analog delay pedal, called the 7x70 delay, or 7x70, 7x70.
I think scripture references 7
The disciple
times
asked
70.
the teacher,
How many times?
"How many times should I forgive the person who's wronged me?" And Jesus said to him, "Forgive him 7x70 times."
So I think we could call it the 7x70.
7x70 delay. All of Will's pedals are, well, not all of them, but many of them are references to Jesus, which is very cool.
The baby Jesus.
Yes. So in this video, we're going to show you kind of some delay sounds. You heard Nick playing the pedal in the beginning. You can kind of see how he used it for that little thing that he did there in the beginning, which sounded awesome. And this could also kind of serve as a a what to do with an analog delay video, because we kind of think they fall into, you can get 3 distinct sounds with them, or very useful sounds. You can do other stuff.
Many.
Those 3 would be what, Nick?
Slapback is one of them. A lead line for delay for that, and just kind of having a wash behind your rhythm while you're playing, so it just gives it a little bit more texture.
Yeah, so a lot of people buy these big delay computers, is what we call them. We have one here. We got the Boss DD500. This is Nick's pedal board. And so that is a great delay, and it does all kinds of crazy delay stuff.
Oh, it's super weird sometimes.
But these 2 pedals are like on the opposite ends of the spectrum as far as what they do. So we have a Boss DD500 delay computer here.
Computer.
It's what it is, really.
It's got computing power.
And then the 7x70 is the smaller Will Sledge FX box right above it to the right. And these 2 delays could not be more different, in my opinion, in what they do. The DD500 is a tap tempo, does subdivisions, all kinds of pattern delays. And I don't know. It's your pedal. I don't know what it does.
I don't either. I just know that it's smarter than me. No, I mean, it's got many different. There's very easy to be smarter than me, but there's a lot of modes on it. Super cool.
You can set presets.
Obviously, one of the biggest sayings with pedals, delay pedals anymore, is a tap tempo.
Yeah.
So you can tap it into the BPM of the song, but with an analog delay pedal, there's not that option with it. A true analog delay pedal, and we believe that there's 3 very useful functions. If you have an analog delay pedal, and you're like, I don't even want this. I don't even like this. I can't use it. These are 3 useful, easy things to get to. Obviously, there's more uses for it. But yeah, it's a great pedal, opposite ends of the spectrum, and there are different uses, even though it's the same. It does the same thing essentially.
Right. Well, and the reason that people want an analog delay pedal is how they sound. It's very warm. So there's sort of a character and a warmth that's very difficult to get with a digital delay pedal.
Yeah.
Some of them sound very good. Some of them don't. But with this analog delay, it sounds really warm, really very smooth.
Yeah.
So the first sound we want to show you is sort of a kind of like an ambient wash underneath what you play, and it's useful for sort of rhythm stuff, I think.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit of texture underneath what you're playing without having a ton of reverb. And
we have it set currently for that. So the knob on the left is the level, the mix.
The level.
So it's how loud the delays are. The knob in the middle is what?
Repeats.
So how many delays are there? Yep. And then on the right is time. So how much time before the delay comes in. So you can see that we have the time set all the way to the right, so it's the longest that this pedal will delay. Mix is pretty low, and repeats are kind of straight up the middle. And in this setting, I don't think that tempo, like a tap tempo, is that important. You can kind of play it at any tempo. And it really sits underneath everything. It's not a prominent delay. And it sounds like this. So there you hear it in the background. And that just really sits underneath everything. So you can kind of strum along to a song and you don't really notice it, but you feel it more than you hear it. It's very nice. It's very warm. It's almost like a reverb, but not quite.
Oh yeah, I mean it has characteristics of like it sounding like there's something there, as if it's being reverberated off something. But like we've been saying, it's just a nice wash. It just adds texture to your sound already, darkens it, thickens it. And it's a great. That's what I always have it on when I'm playing with it. So I played at a church this last Sunday, and that's how I had it. I never turned this pedal off. I loved it. Now we have it set up on a slapback style delay. The mix is a lot hotter than it was with the other style for rhythm.
Yeah.
But the repeats turned way down, and the time is turned way down as well. So you get a really nice short delay.
Almost like one repeat, right?
Basically, yeah. And so this is kind of what it sounds like. I'll just play a little bit, and we'll talk about it. Has just a quick little sound behind it. It makes the chords when I played them sounds a little bit bigger, rather than just having just the overdrive by itself. And that was just the amps, and so it sounded a little bigger. And I can put some overdrive on it to make it sound really luscious, really big.
Really big.
Yeah, and it sounds cool. It's got a use for it, and so a lot of you hear a lot of rockabilly, a lot of country, but there are uses for it in worship music for like bigger chords, stuff like that. I know John Mark McMillan, at least in the past, he's used a lot of slapback for that. When he turns on like going to like a chorus or something, he'll kick it on, just add a little bit, so it kind of sounds like there's a more dynamic.
It gives you more like of a. To me, when I hear it, it feels more like a Roots kind of alternative kind of. I don't know, a less pretty sound, maybe, which sounds really good in certain contexts. But yeah, and slapback is interesting. So like the DD500 does not have a global tap tempo.
Yep.
I have a triple delay, does not have a global tap tempo, and people love to not like that, love to hate those pedals because of that. But the reason they don't is so if you set a slapback delay and then you tap it, all of a sudden your slapback goes to like whatever you've tapped.
Yeah.
So for a slapback, you want a very, very specific millisecond delay, and that's why you don't see global tap tempos on certain pedals, so that it preserves that delay time for a slapback. Because slapback is a very useful sound.
Yeah, it's a very popular sound.
Yeah, it's been used a lot
than the worship world.
The history of music. But cool. That's slapback.
And we'll show you a lead sound with it here in just a second.
So the last sound that we've kind of dialed up to demonstrate what you can use this analog pedal for, any analog delay, is like a lead type of a delay sound. And for lead playing, most of the time there's a certain like delay time. I don't know what it is in milliseconds, but it's about like that.
I think it's right around like 300 to 320 maybe.
Yeah. And it just, and you can really play it in any given tempo, but it just, when you're playing lead guitar, it makes the whole thing sound bigger. And when you end a note, it kind of like, it trails off like that. And it works really well for overdriven lead type guitar. And so one thing you could do with this is have like Nick does, have a DD500 for your main, your like rhythmic delay sounds. And then when you're going to hit a solo, kick on the 7 times 70 to make it just sound big and fat.
Yeah,
well, bigger and fatter.
Bigger and fatter. Kind of
That's
like yourself. I'll play it dry for you, so that way you kind of tell rather than just having it all on, and then I'll kick it on during the middle of it and see what you guys think about it. So here we go.
There it goes.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. So finally, one thing you can do with an analog delay pedal is you can get kind of creative with making weird sounds.
Yeah.
And you can play it and then let a note ring out and sustain, and then and I think most of the time it happens when you turn the time up and down. It'll pitch it up or pitch it down, and that just happens because of the nature of the circuitry. It's not a digital thing. It's an all analog circuit. So I guess I'm gonna play something, and you're gonna.
I'll mess with it.
Twist some knobs.
Dr. Delay.
See what happens. All right, here we go. So I literally have no idea what just happened down there, but Nick was twisting knobbies around, making weird sounds, and if you have an analog delay pedal, you should do the same because it's actually a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
you can make some weird stuff happen.
Yeah, there's some great usage in that for ambient. Like, just when you're getting wild, when you're really feeling it in the moment, you're like, yeah, man, and then you just twist the knobs and you're feeling really in tune with it.
And it goes, and then that kind of a thing, right? That's what I heard.
Basically.
More or less.
It sounded just like it.
All right, so thank you so much for watching. We really would encourage you to check out the Will Sledge 7x70. If you're in the market for an analog delay and delay pedals, this would compete with would be like the MXR carbon copy.
Yeah,
it's kind of the main one, or like a Boss DM2.
Yeah, and the Black Maleko. I believe that's how you say it.
Yeah, so these are actually really popular types of pedals, and we really think that the Will Sledge delay competes very favorably with those.
Oh gosh.
Absolutely, it sounds just really, really good. I love it. I love the warmth and just the thickness of it. If you're curious about what you've been hearing today, we're playing this is a Shelton Timefilte electric guitar. This is a guitar that I built.
Brian Wall special.
Yeah, so it's a parts caster, if you will, with some Porter pickups. This has Porter pickups as well. Running through the Agape Tribute and the Panama Conqeror, which is a Fender Champ kind of a thing. Yeah. Very cool little setup. Anyway, so thanks, Nick. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.